Hi guys and welcome back to Tommy's Starcraft. This is your host Tommy with another Starcraft Remastered replay for you guys. And once again we're going to travel back in time, as this game has been played around the year of 2010-2011 from the World Cyber Games. So let me just start by introducing the players to you guys. In the upper left in the purple it's JAEDONG from South Korea, and his opponent in the low right in the green it's STORK, also from South Korea. So very interesting matchup here. As you guys know, JAEDONG is indeed to be known back in that period as the best Zerg. So a very strong player here, as you can also see from his high APM. STORK is also known to be a very strong Protoss, not a very high APM player, but a very skilled and talented player indeed. So let's just see the openings here by these players. STORK placing his pylon here very high up in the front. Probably he wishes to do a wall in here, as JAEDONG is already sending out his overlord towards the map. A very beautiful map with lots of sands here, called Colosseum 2. And yeah, let's just see what JAEDONG is up to, as he's also going to build his first overlord. Both players are at 9 workers indeed. So a follow-up here by STORK is of course a gateway, so he really wishes to probably wall in here just to secure his base. And at the same time there is a ramp here that is going to indicate an expansion possibility here for the Protoss. The same can be said of course for the Zerg, as I don't see any spawning pool yet, so he might try to do a fast expansion. Indeed, JAEDONG using this ramp very closely to his base just to do a fast expansion, as he's also sending out a drone here. First scouting probe here for STORK misses his target, as this is not a position of JAEDONG of course. Now he's going into the right direction. JAEDONG sees that probe, thinks that STORK is in the upper right, but at the same time he is continuing to search on the map. So first probe comes in. No gas yet for the Protoss, just this 2 zealots actually being built here from his gateway. So interestingly enough here by STORK, as we have the spawning pool being placed here by JAEDONG. So he wishes, so he firstly got into the fast expansion and then followed up with a spawning pool. Probe here at this location is very likely also going to go for an expansion here, but it's interestingly enough the zealot is already going out on the map. So let's just see what exactly STORK is up to. He sees that second expansion of course. Again, as he's going to join forces here with his probe, there might be a good push here, as the first Zerglings are not yet out. So good stuff here by STORK, very aggressive stuff here by him. His probe is being surrounded slowly, but in comes the Zealot, so the Zealot might do some damage here. A lot of mining time is being denied. Finally, JAEDONG waits here for his Zergling just to get us around on that probe or even on that Zealot. So good timing here for these Zerglings for JAEDONG, as he is able to push this Zealot slowly but steadily back. At the same time this Zealot also buys time here for STORK. He might even get a drone kill. Let's have a look. No, great micro here from JAEDONG indeed, as he saves that drone. And at the same time STORK actually bought time here for his expansion. There is a forge coming up. This way is being blocked of course, but a cannon is missing here for STORK. Now this cannon finally gets built, as JAEDONG moves slowly out on the map. Good placement here by his overlords as well. The middle is secured, so is this position. So the cannon should be finishing here just before the Zerglings are going to come in, but JAEDONG just leaves one Zergling here just to see what exactly STORK is up to when he's going to move out with his army. So just a scouting Zergling here for JAEDONG. STORK currently sitting at 21 workers, JAEDONG at 17, even though he's at 3 bases. No tier 2 upgrade yet for the Zerg player. He actually manages to kill that scouting probe. That STORK sees this macro hatch, so he might think that there is going to be a timing push here with Zerglings and Hyros. Moves up now with his 2 zealots just to kill that Zergling. Also a very fast upgrade here by STORK, so STORK really putting great importance here to his upgrades. Really nice stuff here by him. Let's have a look at his main base of course. There is a Citadel of Adun being placed and a Stargate. Of course, Stargate much needed against a Zerg player, as you can kill those overlords with those Corsair. So very much needed building, of course, if you face a Zerg as a Protoss. Now, like I said, JAEDONG finally does tier up to Tech 2, so he might go into Lurker Tech, he might go into Mutalisk. Not going yet for a Hydralisk then, so no timing push here for JAEDONG. Zerglings are moving around the map. Once again, he's probably going to place them here just to see what exactly Stork is up to, when he's going to, or if he's even going to move out. Stork also mining here from his expansion, as the first Corsair is of course already out, just to kill that Overlord. Corsair is of course very fast unit, very good unit, not only good against killing Overlords, but they can also fly very fast above the base of the Zerg, so just to scout what exactly the Zerg is up to. And look at that, we have our first Hydralisk then here on the map, so he might go straight into Lurkers, but he's also building a Spire. So this is just a fool perhaps Stork a little bit. He's going to move of course in here with his Corsair. He's just going straight for the main just to see what exactly JAEDONG is going up. But he sees the Hydralisk then, at the same time he also sees the Spire. So he's perhaps a little bit confused, tries to kill an Overlord or two, but JAEDONG already ready for that. With those Hydras. Hydras of course a great counter against the Corsairs. More and more Zealots are being produced here by Stork, as he's slowly but steadily moving out. His weapon 1 upgrade should be finished very soon. So really great stuff here by him, putting great importance here to his upgrades as he's moving out. Zealot speed leg also has been done here on the Citadel. So Stork with the first aggression here with his group of Zealots. How many Zealots does he has? 8 Zealots here to move out, go straight for the main. Is there any sunkens here? One real sunken and a fake sunken here on this map. So real sunken here in the front. Let's just see the follow-up here. Zerglings trying to get that surround. Stork is going straight for the side, straight for that sunken. So much damage here being dealt. The Zealots are sadly being surrounded a little bit. A lot of damage, but they are very tanky. Weapon 1 upgrades is of course finished, and the Zealots might be taken out. No, look at them, they're so strong. 5 of them are still remaining as they go straight for the economic damage. Now once again they're being surrounded here. Lots of them are very hurt, but they still are alive, 3 of them at least. Even take out a drone, perhaps taking out a second drone. No, as finally JAEDONG is being able to clear this, but he did suffer a lot. He did lose a sunken, he did lose those couple of Zerglings and of course Hydras. Nice pushback here with that Scourge, killing that Corsair, but it's still a 3-base Zerg versus a 2-base Protoss. However, the Protoss already at 38 probes versus the 30 from JAEDONG. Let's just see the follow-up here. There is a Templar Archives being produced, of course. Psionic Storm, I already told you this in the previous replays. A must-needed spell here for you as a Protoss if you face a Zerg, as you can deal so much splash damage with these High Templars. One of them can of course cast 2 Psionic Storms. More gateways are being built here for Stork. He also produces those Dragoons now, and even goes into his second upgrade for weapons upgrade. One of his Dragoons might get surrounded here and taken out, but Stork very good at his micro. Really good stuff here by him. 0-0 upgrades here for the Zerglings. Finally that one Dragoon gets taken out. Let's just also have a look at the base of JAEDONG. He has 2 evolution chambers, so finally his upgrades will kick in. But no tier tech to the third tier 3 upgrade. So he's also producing here the upgrade for the Overlords, I believe, for dropping their speed and their capability to build to take units into them as a transporter, and just drop them here as a possibility strategic attack here by JAEDONG. We have 2 lurkers on the map here. There is yet no observer out here for Stork, I believe. Does he have an observatory? There's that observatory. Very late observatory indeed, so Stork a little bit surprised here by these lurkers. as JAEDONG deals a great damage here towards his opponent. He's denying this expansion here for Stork. Really nicely done here with these two lurkers, but slowly but steadily, as soon as the observer comes out, of course, this should be cleared away here from Stork's expansion. Needs to be careful, one lurker might get taken down. There's a nice block here with that Dark Templar. One lurker is being lost, but a good position here found here by JAEDONG with his lurker. In comes finally the first observer, so this aggression here should be cleared off as soon as possible here for Stork. Let's just see the follow-up here. Mutalisk finally joined the map. What a great transition here by JAEDONG. So first he started with the Zerglings and Hydras, and now he's going straight into Mutalisk. What a great stuff here by him. Mutalisk, of course, very, very fast unit, a very, very great unit to abuse. But another not such a tanky unit. Of course, Dragoons are great against Mutalisk, and let's not forget the High Templars with their Psionic Storms. However, if you micro those Mutalisk good, you should be fine, and JAEDONG is of course known for his great micro. He might take one High Templar a second. Stork very fast on his Storm, tries to deal so much splash damage, but like I told you, these Mutalisks are so fast, he needs to be careful here. Another High Templar gets taken out, and so much splash damage, and JAEDONG just loses so many of his Mutalisk here. He did of course do some damage, he take out High Templar 2 and even perhaps even one Dragoon, but at the end he lost all of his 10 Mutalisk, only one remaining here, so good defense here by Stork. As Mutalisk perhaps was not the best idea here for JAEDONG, he's going to stay on to Hydralisk. He might even go into Defilers. Of course, Defilers a very great unit here if you're a Zerg. Let's just have a look. Stork can now finally expand here at this 4 o'clock position, builds up his cannon, blocks the entrance really nicely here with his Dark Templars. So nice stuff here by both players. Let's just have to follow up here. Mass Dragoons with some Zealots. Zealots, of course, 2 upgrades for the weaponry. Same can be said for the Dragoons, as Stork is slowly but steadily moving out here on the map. Now remember guys, the overalls are being upgraded, speed is being upgraded, and look at that, JAEDONG actually preparing here a drop, a very nice tactic here by him, but the observer spots everything, so Stork is moving back on the map, he knows what's coming. Let's just see. Is JAEDONG going to commit here? First Zealots are waiting here, there's even a cannon here. JAEDONG has to do the drop, let's have a look, there goes the drop. So much damage is being dealt already with those Lurkers, with those High Templars, with those Hydras. First Psionic Storm goes out, catches a couple of these Hydras, more and more damage is being dealt. That Observer has been taken out, so the Lurkers can of course burrow and deal damage without being detected, only the cannons can detect them. High Templar comes in, wishes to do a Psionic Storm, a lot of mining time is being denied. Lurkers very tanky underneath that ground, so a good push here by, a good drop here by JAEDONG, denying all that mining time. At the same time he tries to push in here, but Stork is being prepared for that, so the Lurkers are still in position here, dealing that damage and also denying the mining time. So good stuff here by JAEDONG. Finally, after losing all of these Mutalisks, he's trying to find another position here. Very aggressive gameplay here by him. Pushes now in the middle of the map, might take out a Dragoon or 2. Some of his Hydras now are not attacking, now they're finally coming in with reinforcements, with Lurkers, but a great Psionic Storm once again here by Stork. That Psionic Storm really saving here Stork. Look at all that Psionic Storm, so much splash damage here as he's able to fend this off. So really nice stuff here by Stork. Of course he has lost a lot of units, but at the same time he dealt that much needed damage just to pull here JAEDONG back from the map. More and more reinforcements are coming in, of course, for JAEDONG as he's at his 3 base. There is an observer, indeed there is an observer. There's also an Archon here dealing so much splash damage, and in the end things settle down. However, this base is not mining here for a Stork. He needs that observer, he needs some Dragoons and some Zealots just to clear this out. Only this base is mining here, and of course his main. JAEDONG, however, position his Lurkers, morphs in here his Lurkers, so he really wants to bust this base here through. Finally some Zealots with that observers or should be able to take out these pesky lurkers here. Nice job here by Stork. But look at that, the action keeps going on here. Jaedong moves forward here with this Hydros, tries to find a good position here. Stork in the back, only with Dragoons at the front, so he needs to be careful. Finally the Archon is going to deal so much splash damage, but he's going to be taken out, of course. Jaedong tries to kill that High Templar. Is not being able to do so, but the more units come here, the better it would be for those High Templars just to deal that splash damage. He just needs a good position here for his High Templars. He just needs that energy for his High Templars just to deal so much splash damage. There is, of course, an observer. Yes, there is an observer, so the first lurker, but look at that High Templar splash damage once again. Really good job by him. Zealots, of course, in the front will be sacrificed. Stork needs to be careful. There's a lot of reinforcements are still pouring in here for Jaedong. More and more Zerglings now join the map. The Zerglings will try to get us around here on those Dragoons. Nicely microed back, but a lot of damage has been already being dealt. There are cannons here, so the cannons should be able to hold this and pull this back for Jaedong. Jaedong has to retreat a little bit here. Same thing for Stork. So very aggressive push once again here by Jaedong, showing his map dominance. More and more reinforcements are coming in, but it's just Zerglings upgraded 2 carapace to 1 attack. Let's have a look at his main. Finally tier 3 is going out, and this is what I told you, he really needs those defilers with that Dark Swarm. Jaedong is moving a little bit back, just allowing Stork some time to breathe here, producing more and more units. Let's have a look at his upgrades now. Already 3 weapons upgrades. Really nice stuff here by Stork and Jaedong, of course. Is he going to try another push here, another drop here? We're about to find out as these Zerglings load into the Overlords. In comes the Observer once again. Stork very attentive here. Sees those Overlords once again. There are some cannons here being built. Actually, they are already present, but those Zerglings should be able to take care of that. Is he going to drop? No. Decides to pull back. Just searches for another expansion here for Stork. Still sits at 3 bases, now finally expanding here at this location. As things finally do settle down, Stork regrouping here at the center of the map. Just waits for his energy for the High Templars to come back. And we might see a push very soon here by him as more Zealots are joining the map. Jaedong is of course going to produce those defilers as quickly as possible. Nice touch here by Stork with those cannons. He's going to deny that mining time here, but Jaedong should be aware of this. The push out is not happening yet, so Stork is still waiting for his items, like I said, to gather more energy. And look at that great drop here with so much splash damage against these drones. Nicely done here by Stork. Jaedong, of course, very fast in the reaction, but still that splash damage happens so fast here. And there's even an Archon here. An Archon could deal so much splash damage once again. Let's have a look. Indeed, he goes for those drones, killing so many of them at the same time. There is a push here down on the map. I see this Archon is of course going to be taken down. In comes Stork with another push. Really nice here. Observers are also in the air. They're going to see that lurkers. Nice High Templar Psionic Storm goes out, and another one here. There is a Nidus network, however, so Stork needs to be a little bit careful. Defilers do join the map now. These defilers need to be killed as fast as possible. Great Psionic Storm once again, but this ledge here is going to push Stork a little bit back. He's not being attentive. His High Templars were here in the high ground. His Zealots should have been there, so he needs to be very careful not losing here. Those High Templars are very much a valuable unit. Let's just see, one lurker is being here at the top of the base, defending this ramp here. I guess Stork just waits until this Dark Cloud expires and then he's going to push through, but so many lurkers here in the back, so he needs to be careful about that splash damage. More reinforcements are coming in here, of course, for Jaedong. There is a defiler, there are Zerglings, but those Zerglings will get obliterated by that Psionic Storm once again. Stork needs to push out of this Dark Swarm. Deals with that High Templars lots of damage. So these Zerglings are of course immune to range in that Dark Storm, so Stork has to pull back a little bit. His Zealots are in position, he's going to even expand here. Now finally dealing the damage towards that Defiler, and he's going to finally make it through here. There are observers in the air, those observers might get targeted by Scourge, he needs to be very careful. Finally deals that damage towards the Scourge and he's able to pull these observers through. So these things look really good here for Stork. He's very aggressive, very strong, needs to be careful now. So many lurkers once again buried here. As he once again is being pushed back here by JAEDONG. JAEDONG, however, no defilers on the map, so he just holds this ramp with simple Zerglings and lurkers. Lurkers of course dealing so much splash damage into this area here, so that's exactly why Stork decides to pull back, as he would have just been blocked here by those Zerglings, and the real damage dealers would have been of course the lurkers. Nice push here by JAEDONG, denying that expansion with those Zerglings. So really great stuff here by him. This base is already mined out, so Stork is only mining from this base here. His unit composition is however very strong. He's at 140 supply versus the only 100 here from JAEDONG. Where exactly is JAEDONG mining from? He's also mining only from one base, actually two bases here. Okay, so Stork at 48 probes versus the 44 JAEDONG. However, Stork is deciding to move out here. Let's just see the follow-up. Zealots in the front, of course. Good Psionic Storm once again. There's just Zerglings here, so Zerglings will fall so fast to that hype Psionic Storm. Zealots will try to take out these lurkers. There is the Defiler once again buying time here for these lurkers, but Stork is moving in. He's moving forward, dealing so much damage here to the Zerg. And once again, look at the drop. All of a sudden, JAEDONG is at 80 supply as Stork keeps moving and keeps with dealing damage with that hype Sonic Storm. Lurkers are going to follow in here, but they will take damage from those Zealots. Those Zealots very tanky in the front, of course, to absorb all of the damage. As JAEDONG holding in here via flat, so much damage being dealt, but in the end he should be able to surround this and push it back with simply Zerglings. So good stuff here by both players. JAEDONG defending, but at the same time he did lose quite a lot of units. And come the reinforcements with Archons, of course. Archons great against those Zerglings, so much splash damage. At the same time, look at the army composition here by Stork. More and more is being built here for him, so great counter towards this army composition from JAEDONG. Those Archons will of course deal so much splash damage against JAEDONG's army. What exactly is he going for? He has expanded here. Now this location should be cleared here by Stork, of course this one as well. He is moving in with Zealots in the front once again, dealing damage to that Sunken. Another Sunken also suffers damage. In comes the Zerg from the back, but they already take so much splash damage here from those Archons. Archons need to be microed out of that Dark Zone. Really great stuff here by him. He is able to stop the mining here, but he's only at 3 Archons now and one High Templar with that Psionic Storm, dealing so much damage. JAEDONG only at Hydras now and a couple of Zerglings here, so really good defending here by him, but he also suffers so much damage here. In the end he is able to push this back. He did suffer, however, once again so many losses, but the same can be said about Stork. So Stork needs to be very careful. It's still anyone's game here. As a small advantage here for Stork, as he is able to mine now from this base as well. So a 2 mining Protoss versus a 2 mining Zerg. Let's just see the follow-up. These Dark Templars are taking care of a couple of Zerglings here. Really good stuff here by Stork. There is an overload here, of course, so Stork needs to back up here with these Dark Templars. So many Zealots on the map as well. Upgraded 2 to 3, so really important upgrades here for Stork. Stork putting a lot of importance here towards his upgrades. Things settle down a little bit. Perhaps Stork is changing his mind. He's not going to attack this space. He's going for this space, as it might be a little bit exposed here. Only the Nidoswarm here to protect it with units. 106 supply versus 70 for JAEDONG. So a 2-base Protoss, like I told you guys, versus the 2-base Zerg. Some abusive is going on here, as this Dark Templar tries to deal some damage against those drones. 2 drones have been killed here. There's a nice drop here, and once again I missed this High Templar Psionic Storm. Sorry about that one, guys. I hope you can apologize. This really great stuff here by Stork is so fast, even I am missing the action. Sorry about that. A really great Psionic Storm here by him. Even leaves this one Dark Templar here just to harass as much as possible, just to deny as much as possible mining time. At the same time, JAEDONG is trying to do some economic damage here, but this position here from these probes, if it's being held, it should be good for Stork. At the same time, JAEDONG decides to expand here at a lower left position from the map. Stork also wishing to expand here. There's one Mutalisk in the air, spotting this, of course. But things actually really look good here for Stork with that Psionic Storm. He got a huge advantage here, and also with that drop here from those Dark Templars. He did a lot of economic damage, as the minerals slowly but steadily are going to fend off here by JAEDONG. So JAEDONG only mining from this one position, and perhaps soon to be this position. Is he going? He's still scared, of course, to push out, as there are lurkers on the map with those defilers. Zealots do, however, deal damage in that Dark Swarm. Only ranged units don't deal damage. Good army composition, like I told you guys. Zealots, upgraded Zealots with High Templars, with Archons. Good stuff here by him. He should be able to clear this out, as his probes can mine once again in quietly. JAEDONG with a little bit of desperate move here, only with Zerglings now on the map. Only Zerglings are being produced. He thinks that there might be an expansion here. Stork at the same time is deciding to move out here. He's feeling really confident with those High Templars, 4 of them. Now there's just a couple of lurkers here. There should be an observer. There is indeed an observer, as the Stork is moving in here with Psionic Storm. Another Psionic Storm. The Zealots are in the front. They are upgraded, dealing so much splash damage here. So a lot of this High Templar Psionic Storm has been used, but I think it was already enough. Look at that, another Psionic Storm and another Psionic Storm in case there are units coming out of this Night Swarm. Stork looking really confident here. All of a sudden JAEDONG has dropped at 34 supply. Only Zerglings are coming in, but the Zealots should be able to take care of that, and Stork is already showing us how much important those High Templars are once again. At the same time, Stork also suffered a lot of units here. I mean, I felt really confident that he might destroy this, but look at that, he needs to pull back a little bit, just takes care of this expansion. So Dark Swarm buying time here for JAEDONG, as more reinforcements are coming in here for Stork. They are able to take out this hatchery, really great stuff. Only Zerglings now being produced here for JAEDONG. Once again, those defilers will buy time here for JAEDONG with that Dark Swarm, but remember, Zealots do deal damage in that Dark Swarm, and indeed it is going to be the GG here for JAEDONG. Stork just proving just way too strong here. Once again, pushes here very strongly through, and shows to us once again how important High Templars are with their Psionic Storm abilities. Also warping them into Archons. Archons with their splash damage are of course a great counter towards Zerglings and Hydras. Really great stuff. At one point I was thinking that that JAEDONG will push here through with those mass Hydras, but luckily for Stork, he holds. And not only that he holds, but he is winning this game. So a great game by both players. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I see you guys in the next replay.